And we're live, y'all. Welcome to the G Spot. I am Javon Monique, and Chris is in back of me. I'm going to be manning the camera today because we are doing something a little bit different. You just saw Chris run up. We are at Muse 33, right here on Milwaukee South Side in West Allis, and we are with Crigh Chapman. So we're going to take a look at some of his works. We're going to do that right now. Come on, Crigh. Let's talk about this first one. First of all, Crigh, we want to get you over here. We just getting this. There's Crigh, everybody, with the young spin for y'all. You gonna do a spin too, Chris?
No. It's all about the man right now.
All right.
You got me put my mask on when in place in public, so
there you go.
We doing a responsible thing. Right now they're taking a real virtual walk through our society, like being at the museum, but it's ours. It's what we created, and it tells our story. These paintings have a lot of heart and soul to it, and it's different artists in this group, in this actual gallery. So we're gonna talk about some of those people too.
And Crigh is such the artist. He went and took a whole Facebook Live call. Come on over here, sir. Let's talk about this piece. First of all, how long have you been painting?
I've been painting since like 96, 97.
Okay.
96, 97.
Yeah, I got into families that paint butterflies on wood. And like the Afrocentric women that I do. That's why I got the wood from.
You know what's crazy is I used to see all that work, and I didn't know it was you until now. You know, Pam was a good friend, and she was always in the art and working with wood too. So when I saw that you were doing your pieces in wood, I immediately thought about her. Like I remember Pam was burning wood, making art out of this.
Yeah, that's
and
how
the one most famous one was the one with the
Bob Marley.
Yep, the Bob Marley.
Food for thought.
Yep, that's what got her on.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite pieces. So like I was doing butterflies and stuff, and she would burn the butterflies and cut them out on leather and all that. And one day she just gave me a piece of wood and was like, "Here," and I'm like, "What you want on here?" She's like, "That's for you."
That's what's up.
I was like, "Okay, bet," and it started from there.
So that's a very creative sister too. You know, I wore one of her sweatshirts that she made.
I had made a t-shirt for you.
Yeah. So this piece right here is real exotic. It's seductive. It's a lot of things that comes to my head right now. But what were you thinking about when you said, "I want to sit down and make this piece"?
Man, brown was the first thing. Like I wanted to work with the color brown and gold, black.
You wanted to work with the colors brown and gold and black.
Bronze.
Bronze.
Yeah. So like all the colors that you see for the skin tones, I do have gold and brown, but brown mixed in with the different shades of brown. Whether you can see it or not, they all got gold and brown in there. But once I finish it, I also go with a coat of it so you can see it a little bit better. So with this one, it's all about the piece on her back. And it's like this, like she's a mermaid. He's like wings, man. So it's like an angel and a mermaid.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if y'all see that intricacy right there. It's a little bit
like reaching into her heart. Like taking her, like she's pointing where she want to go, which is higher. And I think it would be pointing to where her third eye is. Like he's taking it from her element to his element, which is the sky. And she's saying pretty much let's go to outer space now.
Crigh, does your paintings have names? Do you name them?
Some of them do, most of them don't, because I don't be thinking of names for them. Like I meant to put a name here for the event that we had, like last month, beginning of this month. And as you see,
you couldn't think of the name.
Nothing came to mind.
So was this more like a freestyle piece of work that you did? Is this something that you just sat down and said, "Yeah, let me do this," and just,
It's from one of my Facebook friends. Facebook page is That I Speak.
Okay.
And picture that she posted, and I just saw it, and it was like, yeah, I just saw this image on the back, and it went from there.
That's good.
I made it so you can change, like put different earrings on, you know, change for different shows. And it's also like she has a skirt that she can
She
wear.
got a little waist belt, ladies. Can you see that waist belt? All right, we gon', because there's so much art in here. This is really a beautiful, very nice, unique place. Y'all see me in the background filming with our double cameras. This is a beautiful piece right here, Crigh. Did you have a model? Did you have a model for this?
Come step up to the art, brother.
Sharonda Latrell.
Sharonda. Shout out Sharonda.
I met her at one of the liberal party events by Rachel Sheree, and she was getting body painted by BB. And when I did this piece, I decided to put her in her hair.
Oh, I never peeped that.
So it was like the moon, like the whole different scene, like grass or waves.
Yeah, her whole arm and everything is reaching out. Wow. This is like a reflective piece to me, like she's really thinking about something. She's seeing herself somewhere, maybe even in praise or in pain, but she seems like she's talking to the higher power, and it's giving her strength, and it's showing, because look at her leadership. She's a warrior too.
So this would be like the at-peace version of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like with her hand, she's summoning the defensive version of it.
Yeah.
The black woman must be defended. And you yourself, no matter who you are your first line of defense.
The piece is in her crown, and down here is the warrior version. Is what Crigh just explained.
And then each bead is a different scene. So this is like a sunrise or a sunset. It's like the pyramids and that one.
The beads around her neck, y'all. A sunrise in one of the beads, a yin and yang in one. Pyramid, hello. Talk about artistry, intricacies. And that's a whole person in there.
So would you say that she has a purpose of defending her people and her culture?
Yeah, like I was, raised by women. Our grandma's boy, triple time. We talking great grandmas, two grandmas, and my mama's boy, 18 boy. And women defended me. They protect me like your mother when she carrying you. Yeah. She protected you the whole time you inside of her. So women are defensive whether they realize that or not. Women protect black men. Yeah. A lot of people disagree with that, but I myself am protected by black women. Talking about physically, energy, spiritually, all that.
So is that why you have such a an affinity toward making and painting black women?
Things on this earth, other than the earth itself, to me personally, black woman. That's why you gonna see the sky in my art, because I love the sky. I think the sky is very beautiful. Next to that, you're gonna see the women. The sky, the earth, the land, the trees, the women. Beautiful.
Now this painting right here, so we don't have a name yet for a picture, for a painting yet, or for a piece of art. So, you know, G,
we gonna name this one?
I'm gonna name this one. Just for the G spot.
Don't name it.
Now, but before I gotta get into it, I gotta get into his head first and see what made him create this, because what I'm looking at first is nothing but the eyes and why it has no pupils. But it seems like there's a light inside.
So like comic book heads, cartoon heads from the, you remember Storm from the X-Men?
Yeah.
It's like a storm type thing going on with it. When the power activates, her eyes glow. So like she got pupils and all that. It's just right now everything is pure white light. It just is incomplete, so I haven't added the glare to it. But like I added more work, but it's all glow in the dark stuff, so you can't see what I added to it. Like everything that's white glows in the dark.
Oh wow.
Like, this is incomplete?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I know we talked about before, we can't even show it to y'all because we would have to cut the lights all the way off, and then the glow in the dark feature you won't see, it won't be picked up on the camera. So you just got to trust that it's dope. I can't wait till we leave because I need to see this part. Because this is nice.
That's nice glow.
Now I'm looking at her hair too, and I see the eye of Osiris up there too.
Yeah, so
this
I got
detail.
two different eyes also. So it's always eyes in my art so well. Got like tattoos, eyes, like his eyes.
What's symbolic about the eyes to you?
That's how you see. That's how we comprehend the world, like through your eye. Whether it's your two eyes or your third eye, which is your first eye, or whatever. So, whether either your mind's eye or your eyes or your face, your eyes comprehend everything. Like even with your ears, you know what I'm saying? You can hear something, and with your mind's eye, you can comprehend and develop a picture of what you hear. So, the eye is important. If you see it with your heart, your eye is important. You're using your gut feeling, you're using your gut to see. So, whatever your view is, that's an eye.
All right, let's step over here to the next one, fellas.
I think I don't know, I might call that illumination or something, I don't know. This one right here. Now this one has a whole lot of detail. Now before, I got some questions about this because you have to be really here, y'all, to see the detail. And he's always putting scenes inside of the bigger scene. And then there'll be scenes inside the smaller ones on some of them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a dimensional effect. Before we even go into the painting with all of your artwork, what's your process like from start to end? What's your process like?
Never the same, but I mean, we're gonna be honest, you know what I'm saying? I teach a couple clouds to fly, and then I stare at what I got going, or just look at what's in my mind, and I get at it. It's like far as my process of what I do first, it's never the same. Sometimes I might get a pencil and sketch out what I'm doing. Sometimes it might be just a paintbrush and pure paint the whole time. Sometimes I might be looking at a picture first, or I might be thinking of the background first. You just never know.
That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
So this one.
How long does something like this take you to finish?
On average, if I got it all figured out in my head, I'm doing about 3 days each painting. But I work on like about 3 or 4 at a time. So like while there's some drawing, so while the pieces that's around were drawing, I started working on like the paint itself.
Okay.
And by the time they got dried.
Oh, so you did all of this. You already knew that this was gonna be a dimensional piece of art. Okay.
Now, do you see something like this and be like, oh my God, it's missing one more thing, and then you got to add one more thing?
Oh yeah, that's it. None of this is finished. Like the way it looked, my plan was not to have it blend in. I was gonna do like the details around the edges, but I like the way it looked so much that I just left it like that. And like, for example, she doesn't have a hand to grab his face, like this a clan member. And if you look at it like the black woman is God, then this is a representation of God coming back to take them for that they did. And she like grabbed him by his face, you know what I'm saying? So our hand ain't even finished. So it be, when I'm saying it's not finished, it really don't be finished. It be little stuff that people don't notice right away, so I pointed out. But
what does this bottom represent? Because that's a whole nother world.
Through her bottom, huh?
Not necessarily through her. Like the sun, it was like a representation of sun rays. So like each one of these is supposed to represent a whole universe. So like, it's like a galaxy or whatever. I just ain't put like planets and all that in it, but each one is like a whole universe in itself. It's like putting together and support. So the blues match up with the water from here, but then here's the sun. So that's what the fire is right there. Right. Like when you strike a lighter, you know that the bottom is blue, where the gas is, and then where the flame starts, it turns red. Right. That's what it's like that. Fine.
This is one of my favorite ones right here, Crigh.
Okay.
I gotta back up for this one because it's so damn big.
Yeah, it's like one of the first big ones before the scroll ones go. That's one of the first big ones. Like the first 2 big ones was on wood, and then the next few was on big canvases. So this would technically be my 3rd big paint.
So what kind of materials do you use to make this?
Muslin.
Can you say that again? I ain't never heard that before.
Muslin.
Okay. Is that the fabric?
It's the fabric.
And then what do you use to paint over? What kind of paints do you use?
Acrylic paint, glove paint, watercolors, any type of paint. I'm just not real big with all paint. Like I have all paint, but it requires like spirit minerals and turpentine for cleanup. And I don't want to do all that.
It makes a mess, huh? Yeah.
Your shading is really, really immaculate. Did it take time to learn that?
I mean, I'm still teaching myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't consider myself a master. I consider myself a student, and I just happy that I'm also my teacher.
Mm. It seems like that always makes the best artists. Anybody who has a creative spirit, they always push themselves to continue that piece. A piece looks done to, you know, the outside looking in, the person who doesn't understand your art. But to you, it's always something that can be added into it. And that's what I appreciate about your pieces, because you always come and see something different.
Nowhere close.
Yeah.
There's so much more that needs to be added.
What is the symbolism behind the butterflies? I noticed them around your paintings and in some of them, obviously here. First of all, this painting makes me want to be wherever she is. I want to go there.
Okay. But you know, I like that butterfly figure outside movie.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's like the later on part of it. So before that, just my grandmother liked butterflies, so there was always butterflies in our house. But once again, butterflies are beautiful. They also represent like change and metamorphosis and all that, you know, the process from caterpillar to butterfly.
And the piece that comes after it, the piece and the beauty that comes after that change. So let's get into that then, because art is reflective of real life. And so that synopsis you just gave about what the butterfly meant, is there any examples in your life that was that caused a metamorphosis, an uncomfortable change, but once you made that completion, you were at peace?
Just the way my mind works, if anything, just, you know, so then it's like I see stuff differently, and I see stuff like this stuff, and it's like, man, I'm tripping. I got to be crazy, but it's just creativity, you know.
So the cliche is that artists are very weird and different. On a scale of 1 to 100, how weird are you? 100 being the highest.
Like growing up, it was like 1,000. Like easily, like I realized I just didn't get it. Like just to sit up and like they say when you close your eyes, you see darkness. I see darkness, but there's also images in that darkness. It's like colors and movement, like a lava lamp, incense, clouds, and all this, and the images form within that. Like it might look like I'm looking, like when I was little, like I'm looking into like a different dimension or something. Into outer space, and I just didn't get it. When I talk to people about it, they say, "You just dreaming, baby." It's like, nah, I ain't even went to sleep yet. You cut the lights off, I'm seeing stuff. As soon as it can get dark, I close my eyes, I see stuff, and everybody else acting like I'm crazy because they don't see nothing. I just like, yo, I just stopped talking about it. For dreams and stuff, I couldn't tell dreams from reality for a long time. I had talked to my grandma and them about that, and everything with Jesus and the Lord, and it was like, damn. Like, okay.
I find that interesting because I hear stories about people who can see the colors of sounds and different things like that. That's definitely a gift. Yeah.
Most definitely. Because that's our same thing. And it makes me think about shutting down. You know.
So like I wouldn't be able to talk to Ms. Vaughn. We went to school together. So by the time she got there, I was in her acting. But before then, I wouldn't talk to people. You're not gonna make me talk to you, fam. Like I fight you before I talk to you. Like straight up, like leave me alone. Like I got stuff going on.
He was an angry, strong guy.
So
it's was angry, but then I calmed down, all the love that her and other chicks in the crew showed me. Yeah, I am today.
Yeah, I would say I would attribute that to G. It seems like if you saying that about her years ago, that's the same person she is now, you know. And that's a good thing. You know, it's good that we can connect with good people and show the world we're doing.
Thank y'all.
Yeah, kudos to the G spot.
I ain't even catch that. I was looking at the painting. Speaking of G, there she is, ladies and gentlemen. Looking angry, but warrior so princess. Beautiful. Definitely a warrior princess.
So G was one of the chicks I wanted to be one of my muses in art school. But at the time I didn't feel like my art skills was what I wanted them to be for the art that I visualized. I wasn't painting back then.
You were a photographer back then, right?
Visual arts and photography. Like at West Division, you go through what's called art fundamentals. And you learn like screen printing, linoleum carving, linoleum printing. You print like cardboard. You did. The next one is like sculpture. Then one is like photography and drawing. I got the drawing class and flunked drawing class, so I never made it to like painting class.
You flunked drawing class?
Yeah.
Now look, we got to stop there real quick because we often hear about the greatest people who push our culture, you know, throughout history, always had a point in life where somebody told them, this ain't it.
Yeah.
Pick something else. But then the result, what it actually turns into is this greatness that we have around here. Have you ever wanted to stop before you even got to this point of knowing that you were this good of an artist? Did you ever want to stop?
Not just do art, like it ain't got nothing to do with getting attention, profit, money, none of that. I do art is what I've always done from when I picked up a ink pen or a pencil, crayon, whatever. I draw. And one day I got a hold of some paint, so I paint too, but it's just what I do.
So it's like therapy for you then too.
That is everything. It's everything, literally everything.
It's everything. Art is everything.
Everything. It's the culture.
The amount of attention to detail that you give these paintings, I mean, this is, you know, thousands and thousands of dollars or more worth of work easily. Are you looking one day to shop it around and see what's out there? I mean, this is, you know.
Let me ask you plain and simple. Have you had a big ticket check? What's your biggest painting you sold? And what do you demand out of your work?
So biggest one I would
Roundabout.
Price or size?
Prices,
would be like about 3,000. That's like I sold a few at about 3,000, 2,500 around that era. And I've also done a few murals around that same price.
Okay. All right.
But this is like one of the few ones that does have a name.
This one does.
Yes.
You deserve it. And here's the thing, because that don't come easy. That ain't like you can create something in your studio and then say, here, I got something to sell. What's the business afterwards?
I don't know. I just do art. Well, originally it started with Pam. So I do artwork. Like Pam didn't know I did art. So I stopped by, I had like a drawing that would be like an afro puff and like a profile of a chick that said God's wisdom in the afro puff itself. And like earrings and all that. And I had like got some copies of it. So I go stop by her house. I forgot why, but I stopped by there and she's like, where you get these from? And I'm like, you know, this African dude printed them out for me. She's like, so he print them and sell them? I'm like, nah, they made copies, you know what I'm talking about? So I just went and got some copies printed. So she's like, where you get it from? Like, I drew it. She's like, Negro, stop lying, you didn't do this. I'm like, you tripping, I've been drawing all my life. If you did not do this, I'm like, fam. So I gave her a couple of them. Next time I saw her, she gave me my $80. I'm like, what's this for? She's like, the print she gave me. So I'm like, yo. And it started from there. Pam started selling my art. I never did that.
So you remain. So it seemed like the universe is just puts you in the right place. It puts everything together for you. It aligns so that your art can be seen, whether it's for purchase or whether it's just for, you know, for show. And the public is really picking up on it because I'm telling you, those pieces, if you ever been to Coffee Makes You Black, and those wood pieces of those women around the shop, it's this man right here.
That's right.
And this is one of the pieces that is there more than any other place.
This is why this is one of my favorites.
So it's like when I got appraised by another artist, it was the artist George Chick, but he appraised it at $2,000
easy.
And at the time I was like, well, this is just one part to it. It's 9 pieces or 7, I'm not sure. But it's like other pieces that go to it. This is just the centerpiece in the middle. Right. It's like the tallest one, but the rest of them are a little smaller. They just get smaller to the end.
Now, do you take on personal requests of people who, you know, they can reach out to you?
I do. I do it as a favor. Sometimes I do it as a hustle. Sometimes I do it survival. Sometimes that's my job. I just do art. So if anything dealing with art, you got my attention. Anything other than that, I can't guarantee you I'm gonna pay too much attention to it.
Chris, let's guess the name of this one. This one has a name.
This one, I would say Serenity. That's what I thought about when I first walked up to it. But then I saw the spear too. So she's on watch.
I call it enchantment. It looks enchanting.
Yeah.
But she is ready, you know.
Enchantment is better.
Yeah. I noticed she has the same ankh
She got
that
wings,
you,
too. That sunset is her
that you
wings.
have, Crigh.
That's crazy. I keep seeing different details.
Yeah,
The sunset
you
is
can
her
look all
wings.
day and there'll be more
Yeah,
and
and you're
more
gonna
and
find
more.
some more stuff.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, butterflies have that much detail. It's unbelievable.
Mhm.
Look at the trees, and colors in the back.
Yeah.
I mean, gosh. Let's talk about this large one back here, Crigh. Was this a model or was this
Yes, that
okay.
is a model.
All right.
That is Imani London.
Imani London,
Yep, and that one is called Tiny Dance.
Tiny Dance.
Elton John.
Okay. Elton John representing.
Like when I do names, a lot of my art is like
Look at this Kyrie
the
shell,
name
y'all.
of a song or
Painted
something that was
gold.
said in the song.
And she's holding it with her fingers. Beautiful. And there I is, my photo shoot I did in the summer, Washington Park.
Wood. Look how thick it was. Get the side view so you can see how thick this
Oh,
wood
it's
is.
wood, it's carving.
no-
Oh, yeah.
This ain't no
This is
plywood.
really
This
thick.
ain't no cheap shit.
Yeah.
Not at all. So
Put your finger up there, Chris. I want to show the
the color,
next
the detail.
to, no, the,
Oh, how thick it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get that.
About to fit width of my thumb.
Mhm.
Width of my thumb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very detailed.
So he deserves every penny of that $3,000 or plus for this kind of work.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And
Okay.
then is this is you too, Crigh?
Yeah, that's another one, the glow and dark one. And that is,
Glows in the dark, baby.
that is my art partner, Hollywood Cintu.
So Ajwa Sintu is your art partner and both of you worked on this one together?
It's from a picture she took,
A picture she took.
and the photo that she's looking to in the paint was a mirror in the photo, and I just took it from there.
Beautiful. Absolutely. I love the colors in this one.
Now, it's one thing, Crowd, when we talk about artists, we talk about, any kind of art, any kind of creator. It's a fear that it seems like we have of making that best piece, making that dopest piece. Because if we actually do create that piece, that means art is over with for us. There's nothing else to go beyond that.
That's what they say. In that case, I supposed to start with that one. That was the first one. So, I mean, for what everybody else says, they say that that's my masterpiece right away. And I'm like, how can the first one be the masterpiece? Like, whatever, I'm not gonna argue with y'all. Like, but even with me, that's the one that if I'm competing with myself, that's the one I'm competing with.
Yeah.
That's when I have to personally talk about. That's the one that everybody's saying is the masterpiece. So it's like, dang, okay, whatever, let's get it.
Yeah.
I like that concept. I like that thing.
Yeah, but that one is called Guardian of the Fall by itself.
Guardian of the Fall.
With the rest of them, it's called Guardians of the Fall because it's like it's more guardians up there, but she's the only one that focuses in this particular town.
Okay.
And it's like the pretext for the is Guardians of the Falls of Life.
Okay.
So like in life, you gotta take falls and all that, and like don't worry about that. Like she gonna catch.
Right.
And like the history of this is when I was little, I dreamed of this painting right here.
You dreamed of this?
Yeah, and I used to tell my grandmother about it all the time. And it was like a picture of this lady at our house and nobody knew who she was. I'm like, I know her, but she just looked different. And it ended up being Tamika Harris, which is the model for the painting. And when I met her, I told her about it, like, yo, I grew up seeing pictures of you and you know what I'm saying, like in the dreams and all that, what's up? You do the photo shoot, boom, I do the painting. We went from there.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Talk about manifestation.
Yeah, so it ain't this is not just something that any person can sit down and do. This is something that has to be inside of you.
Yeah.
This is his actual emotions and the things he's experienced coming out. And we get to see this. So it kind of takes me back to the conversation that you would have with your family when they didn't understand the things that you were seeing. Now it makes sense. And sometimes we don't get that message right when we want it. Because it's life that has to be lived and experiences that has to be picked up to be able to accept this kind of shit. And that's what's up.
That's really dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I met her, I saw her grandma was saying, like, grandma, I met the lady from the pain. I met her. Like, I was really geeked up about that. But like when I looked, the name I thought in my head was All Things Great and Small. So that's why you see like ladybugs.
Yeah.
And like you see frogs in the
Oh
water.
my gosh,
It's
the
like frogs
ladybug.
on the leaves, but it's also tadpoles in the water.
Oh, wow.
And I say it's not finished because I gotta add like ants, spiders, you know what I'm saying?
Wow, absolutely stunning, Crigh.
It's like she on watch and you can't really know, but she hiding her hand. She's basically smoking some weed. And if you look at her
She hiding
lips,
a little joint in her hand, y'all.
you look at her lips, you see her blowing the smoke out.
Oh,
Like she was like
and it goes into the
something caught her ticket. She was thinking about something.
Mhm.
You notice if the tree is telling her something, it's like this an afro, it's a forehead, eyelashes, nose, top lip, bottom lip, chin,
Wow.
neck, shoulder. So it's like the tree was telling her something.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
It's like as in Mother Nature.
Wow.
Contact. She's in tune with all of nature. So
Unbelievable.
Look at the butterfly carrying. Oh, they carry unks.
The butterflies are carrying unks.
Some go on, then the trees talk to each other, they communicate. So
Yeah.
trees told that tree to tell us something.
Whisper from the trees. That's a
Mhm.
cultural thing.
Like that's the purpose of her looking that direction and going something like how when she was doing because she was chilling and the tree said something, you know, call it, oh, look, what?
Does this help you get stuff out? You know, like, do you have a lot going on in your mind? And by doing these paintings, it just allows you to get out all of that.
Images. I got all type of creative designs and paintings and ideas. It's images. I gotta get them out.
What's
I
your
can sit there and not do it and just, I don't know, I think it'll drive me crazy, but like I have to at some point create some of the stuff that I see in my head. I gotta put it on. I have to see it in reality.
It seems like the images that you're seeing are they're pleasant, they're peaceful. Do you have any dark images that you see?
Oh yeah, that's why you see weapons and all of it. Like most of the time you're gonna see weapons because like I said, defense is very major. One of the things I'm known for, I kind of wish one was here, but I do these pictures which are once again like the childhood thoughts. So it's not really detailed, they don't look real as some of this look, but it's like trees that are made of black men holding up black women and the women arms turning the branches. And in the branches of the trees, there are children. And hanging from these trees are clan members. So it's like that would be my dark art right there. Like I'm known for having clan lynchings.
So you have a passion for, you know, just Blackness and.
Yeah, you know, I'm born on October 8, 1975. With that being said, it was the era of the black velvet art. So everybody had those Afrocentric paintings in their house and the paintings of like sceneries and sunsets and just landscapes and all that. So that's what inspired me. Like I wanted to do that. And I could draw He-Man walking around with some fur tighter whiteys on, some go-go boots, and a metal tank top up. And it's okay. But if I draw like one of the female characters, they call me a pervert, said I was mannish. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't allowed to draw women. So I said, when I grow up, all I'm gonna draw. Like you gotta pay me to draw, man. Like you said, me to draw a pen of dude, it's gonna cost you. Unless it's a part of my artwork. Like hanging clan members from trees, gonna be dudes, but it be all of them, man.
And there's such a beautiful array of women on display here in all of his paintings.
I know a lot of beautiful women. I'm very blessed to say that.
Yeah.
So you got some other artists, real quick, just to kind of sidetrack a little bit. There's other artists that's a part of this this gallery as well. Can you speak to some of them?
Well, once again, my partner Agua Senku. This is some of her artwork right here. This is like, okay.
Shout out Ajua.
So some of our tag teams be like this. So she did this paint, then I did these paints to go with it.
Okay.
So it's like a set.
Yeah.
And it's a different painting that goes in, but this is also one of hers that she did. I think this is a custom print. So she'll do a print and then customize each one and decorate them all different.
Okay.
And then like these are some of my abstract works. Once again, they glow in the dark.
He does abstract too, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
And this is from the Rorschach effect, with Rorschach test, you know, in psychology,
Mhm.
when they put the little pink blob, and they tell you this.
Oh, yeah.
It's made for doing the same process. You just put it together.
Symmetry.
Mhm.
So it's like you're supposed to look into it and see what you see.
Looks like a flame or hell.
Like you see flames, you see like spirit gathering sometimes, like people getting together.
Oh, yeah. I definitely see that.
Wow.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I can
some
see
people
that.
use the paint and the candle wax to tell, you know, fortunes. I know I do tarot readings now.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is beautiful. So what else goes on at Muse 33?
A lot of stuff goes on in this Thursday, but one more thing though.
Mm-hmm.
This is a painting of Kiara Carter.
Kiara Carter,
and
shout out
up
Kiara.
top is one of Kiara's paintings that she did.
Oh, Kiara's a painter.
So like that is one of her pieces.
Ooh, I love
That's
that.
real dope.
Yes, look at that beautiful neck.
Mhm.
All right, Kiara.
And this is artwork that you can have in your home. This you
No,
see
you
how
ain't
the
getting that,
gallery
that's
looks.
mine, that's mine.
The gallery is beautiful. You know,
That
you can,
makes it sad, but you know, you
you can get something like it though.
she'll get you a copy if you need it.
Yeah, because yeah, Kiara, this is beautiful, honey. So there's an exotic night.
Yes, they do exotic poetry nights here. And I don't know the details yet, but I do believe the next one is on the 10th. And that I may be featured in this one. If I
Oh.
can recall or come up with some erotic poetry.
Okay. I'm sure that won't be hard.
I've been trying to behave myself, especially for this event.
So you're right
I
too.
said the G spot, like Sam, I was really ready to I mean, it's the G spot. Like I thought kind of off, you know, wordplay thing. Like,
Yeah,
I
man.
said, oh yeah, G name, her name is G. Be free to like, you know what I'm saying? I had some panties I was gonna pull out my pocket doing the interview. Like, I was gonna pull them out like I didn't know it was there. Just be like, I just smell them on reach.
He smelled my panties already.
That was
Huh?
a reflex. I don't know what happened to that video. I guess she didn't want to put that up there, but
I put it up. It's on YouTube, I think.
It was my fault though. So we doing shoot and I'm picking her stuff up, you ready to hand it to her, and she talking about doing the interview, and she say G spot. And it just is like a G spot. Well, what? And at the time, the penis is like right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I don't know,
It
man.
was my swimsuit
I'm
bottom,
nasty.
but yeah, they were
I'm
panties.
nasty. I just accept it, but you know what I'm saying? I ain't just smelling, I breathe.
It was a
in,
photo
man.
shoot.
And she talking to me like this with a camera in her face. And I'm just breathing, and it's not registering what's happening, just like this. So I'm gonna be talking, I'm just like, yeah, with the woman, like, oh, wow, like, my bad, fam, I ain't trying to do that, like, listen, I adore women, 100%, and the scent of a woman is very, very beautiful, and I just got caught up in the moment, so G, forgive me about that, baby, you know what I'm talking about?
It's all good.
Do that, but
I done posed naked for you already,
I
so
ain't
we
even mad or nothing, but you know what I'm saying, I'm past that.
we're
I try
past
not
all
to
of
do that
it.
no more. Yeah, I try not to do it no more. I promise to do it again. I don't even, I'm a Libra fan with that way. That's what we're doing.
Crigh, I know you as Crigh Baby, is what we called you in high school. You shortened it to Crigh now.
Crigh Chapman is from Laurel, Mississippi. Been in Milwaukee, Wisconsin since about 14 years old.
Country boy.
Went to Milwaukee High School of the Arts, where, like I said, I flunked art. I flunked drawing and got straight A's in photography. The crazy part is the photography teacher was also the painting teacher. So I could have passed drawing class. I really would have been a beast with that painting.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, dang. So when I finally started, I was like, hey, I had to go off there. I feel like I was trying to catch up next time.
What would you tell someone who is not so sure or that confident in their work, but they want to do what they love?
Do what you love. Whether you're confident or not, do it. Just do it. It don't confidence don't matter, fear don't matter, pride don't matter, joy. Just do it.
Do
Now
it.
you can. It's beautiful to have all these good pronouns and verbs and stuff, whatever. We're talking about this stuff. But you need to do that to have that art. If you're not doing art, there's no art. Like the art just inside your mind driving you crazy because you're not letting it out. You let it out, if it don't look right, oh well, you can fix it, whatever don't look right later, probably, or not. Somebody might love what you hate. Like that
Somebody
mistake
might
you
love
made
what you hate.
might inspire a completely different style in a young artist when they see it. You never know. So just do art, just do it. And I ain't trying to take Nike or nothing, but do the art thing.
Yeah,
Do the art.
that's fucking real, straight up.
Any last minute things you want to add, Chris,
Well,
before we
shit.
get out of here?
I wanted to ask him, how can somebody get in contact with you if they want a piece, a similar piece, especially the wood pieces? But if they,
And you better charge them $5 or better.
Yeah, I be trying to plug for the hood, so I be having deals for the hood. I started at $250. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
certain things, you know, if you want them, once again, we started like 5 for the big joints, but I got a $250 deal that I do on portraits, wooden cutouts and all that. So
It's like getting a house built and you want the custom, you know,
I
then you
got
gotta
you,
pay a
right.
little extra,
I
honey.
can match it to your furniture, whatever paint you finna have or already got for it, the way you got your home decor and all that, whatever you want to do.
so how can I get in contact with you?
Through Facebook, Instagram, all that, you know what I'm saying, G-Spot. You know,
What's your name on Facebook?
G-Spot.
Facebook and Instagram and stuff.
on Instagram, I don't even know, man. I know Facebook is like Crigh Chapman Artistry. That's CRIGHCHAPMAN Artistry.
Crigh Chapman Artistry on Facebook. Y'all have to try to find them on
and I will be
Instagram.
available soon on accentuworld.com.
accentuworld.com.
Now you check that out now. Please check that out in order now, but I will also be available there soon.
Okay.
And probably nowhere else for a little while as far as online go.
Okay.
And hey, coffee makes you black. You can always stop by there and leave a message for me. And contact information, business cards, things like that, because I'm the resident artist there, but due to COVID, I just don't be there like I used to be.
A resident artist at Coffee Makes You Black, y'all.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Well, Crigh, I appreciate you taking the time.
One more thing.
Yes.
Here at Muse 33.
Muse 33. This is where you can find Crigh's art, where you can get in contact with the man, where y'all can pay them ducks for this beautiful work.
Yeah.
This beautiful, beautiful, beautiful work. Well, brother, I hope I appreciate you. It's definitely tough tracking an artist down.
Peace and love, peace and love. You know, it's been on the table for like what, 3 years now?
Yeah. That's what it felt like.
3 years, second day this month. So yeah, so it's been easy for us to get up. But I mean, like I said, once we did the first, I messed the first one up, man. But like, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't ready. I was really beat up because I first saw those two for somebody I've been trying to do art for like what?
He gonna wait
years?
till I get over the hill to take a photo shoot.
25 years, and you still got it. You still look pretty much the same
Thank you.
as high school. I'm not trying to argue with you, especially on camera.
I don't argue on camera no
It's
more.
art proof. Unless you send that artist garbage, it don't look right. It's true.
No.
We're not gonna be
Oh.
sitting there just shouting with you with all these compliments right now. We're not gonna sweat you.
You know, it is Women's History Month. We are, what, 1 or 2 days out until the new month begins. And I just want to say, as a woman, that I appreciate the hell out of you and what you do for Black women and the artistry that you provide and give us that lens. Authentic women, you know, everyday women. So I really appreciate that. We love you. We thank you for that. We're not always seen. So to have a brother see us is important.
Oh, I see. I see. Every last.
Every last
I'm the
one.
man in the mirror. All that.
Well, Crigh, it's been great. We're gonna get up out of here. We love you.
Peace and love. Y'all take care.
All right.
Peace.